What would it take for you to hurt an innocent person? Simply because a man in a grey lab coat told you to. You'd say no, of course. We all would. We believe we are good people. We believe we have a moral compass that is unbreakable. In 1961, a psychologist at Yale University decided to put that belief to the test. What he discovered about human nature was so dark, so disturbing. It continues to haunt him to this day. In the wake of World War II, humanity asked a terrible question. Could ordinary people commit monstrous acts under orders? To explore that darkness, a professor placed this ad, and ordinary men answered its call. By a rigged draw, each volunteer were registered. The people who showed up were not monsters, they were us, barbers, clerks, factory workers. The stage was set, so the experimenter explained that one of them would be the teacher and one would be the learner. A rigged draw meant the volunteer was always the teacher. Their job was simple: read a list of word pairs. The learner, Mr. Wallace, was strapped into that electric chair in the next room. For every wrong answer, the teacher had to deliver an electric shock. The teacher was given a sample shock, a mild 45 volts, to prove it was real. The test began. A wrong answer is followed by 15 volts, another wrong answer, 30 volts, until 150 volts. Then the teacher hesitates. He looks to the man in the lab coat and said he wants to stop. The experimenter in lab coat, without emotion, responds and said, "Please continue. Remember, you're paid for this, and you get to help him with his memory retention problem." The teacher, visibly distressed, but still flips the next switch. After the experiment, 65% of participants, 2 out of every 3 ordinary people, obeyed the orders and delivered up to 450-volt shock, until the learner's straps in an electric chair pass out in pain.
Well, that wasn't so bad, was it? I barely felt a thing.
You were excellent, just what we needed.
Of course, the shocks weren't real. The screams were a recording. Mr. Wallace was never in any danger. The true experiment was not about memory, but about obedience. It was a test to see how far ordinary people would go in inflicting pain simply because they were told to. The horrifying conclusion was not that these people were evil, it was that the situation was powerful enough to make them suspend their own morality. Milgram called it the agentic state, a state of mind where a person sees themselves as an agent for carrying out another person's wishes. They no longer feel responsible for their actions. So the question Milgram asked the world is the one we have to ask ourselves: are we a good person? How powerful would a situation have to be to make us forget that we are? Think about it.